Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, cohort 14. Welcome to week 2 presentation. It's been a lot for us, for everyone this week. Preparation, doing our taxes, being active, and juggling 2 jobs at the same time. I understand you guys, but thank you so much for honoring this meeting and presenting to us what you've done in the past week. And I hope every one of us has implemented whatever the judges told them to do. Each team, whatever you are told to do to correct, I hope you've done them and you've implemented them. We do not want to see the same thing in week 2 again. So now, each team is going to present 10 minutes each as we do. Then I'll call on the judge to give their own judgment about each team's presentation, and we'll carry it on like that. And if you have any question, you can type it in the chat box so the judges can answer your questions. So now we're starting with Team Apex. We're starting with Team Apex. Team Apex, are you here? 10 minutes and your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Olamide Oguntimehin. Last week, our presentation was centered on RiveTech. This week, we are shifting fully into low tally because low tally is the product that will generate real traction. Low tally is the SaaS platform built by RiveTech, and everything we are doing now is geared toward growing it, testing it, and getting it into the right hands. For week 2, our goal was simple: measurable execution based on the judges' feedback. So instead of explaining the product, we tracked numbers, lead activity, engagement, and the result of every action we took. As we walk through today's presentation, you'll see exactly what we did and what numbers we generated and how we are laying the foundation for real adoption. Fumi will walk us through what low tally does. Fumi, you are muted, please. Okay. Fumi, your mic is muted.
Okay, sorry. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'll also give an introduction of low tally and also give a clear understanding of the products we are working with. Who are we? RiveTech. RiveTech Technology built a SaaS software called low tally. Low tally helps dump truck fleets and material hauling companies manage dispatching, driver schedules, load tracking, subcontractors, billing, and payroll. Lotally is an all-in-one simple digital platform that replaces spreadsheets, paper logs, and text messaging dispatching. Enjoy a 58 seconds video that explains the pain points of truck drivers, fleet management, subcontractors, hauling companies, and how Lotally intends to solve their problem.
Drivers missing updates, causing delays and errors.
Lacking visibility into jobs and fleets. Manual billing wasting hours every week.
Introducing Load Tally, your all-in-one system for hauling operations, saving you hours and boosting revenue. Generate invoices in under 30 minutes, cutting billing time and errors. Every load is tracked automatically, ensuring accurate data and efficiency. Drivers log loads instantly via mobile app with auto GPS and timestamps. No more missing tickets. Load Tally eliminates lost tickets, streamlines dispatching, and saves hours weekly proof for less stress.
Team Apex was also able to come up with a logo and a brand color palette, which has already been incorporated into the Lotally app and website, and it was also approved by the CEO of RiveTech. As part of our outreach, Team Apex also contacted potential clients across industries such as logistics, transportation, supply chain management, and so on. We used multiple channels, including email, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Our message templates were carefully designed to maintain professionalism and brand consistency. The outreach form is the foundation of our lead generation and also the engagement activity throughout the week. Thank you.
My name is Debbie, and I'll walk you guys through the lead categorization and the tracking. We successfully set up a complete HubSpot CRM system for Lotally, generated 40 qualified leads, and implemented a clear lead categorization structure. Next slide, please. This helps us to be able to build essentials because it helps the team quickly identify lead status, prioritize follow-ups, and maintain an organized workflow for better conversation and overall efficiency. As you can see, here are the captured leads we have generated so far. Thank you.
For our social media execution this week, we focused on building Lotally's online presence from scratch since all our social media accounts were newly created. We published the planned week 2 content across LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. We highlighted the real problems hauling and trucking teams face, which include lost paper tickets, missed updates, and slow billing, and how Lotally solved these problems. Within just a few hours of posting, we started seeing encouraging traction. In less than 3 hours of publishing our first post on Instagram, the post reached 42 views, 14 interactions, 3 profile actions, plus a repost and a share. Facebook brought in 24 views and 11 interactions. On LinkedIn, 66 impressions, 22 reactions, 3 comments. We also saw unique visitors exploring the Lotally page for the first time, which shows that our messaging is catching the attention of the right audience. On the engagement side, we made sure every comment, message, or inquiry we received, we responded in a swift way. The goal was to build trust and start real conversation. Our goal was not just about posting. And to also streamline all these interests, we also created a fully functional demo and a lead capture form using Google Form. It collects name, company, email, phone number, and service needs, making the transition from social media engagement to them booking a demo. All this was smooth. So the demo link, it was incorporated on our social media bio for easy lead capturing. Overall, our focus this week was visibility, clarity, and responsiveness, making sure that people not only saw Lotally, but they also felt guided, they feel supported, interacting with Lotally. I'll be handing over now to Aziz, our front-end developer.
All right. I'll be showcasing the functional landing page we produced for Lotally, and also how we were able to translated the platform value into a clear user-friendly interface. At the top left, you can see the slide. You can see the hero section. This is where we communicate the core message of the platform. Next to that, we highlight the trusted partners and the clients. This section builds users landing on the page on the site. Below it, you see the core use case cards. This summarizes the main solutions Lotally provides. On the right side of the slide, we display the dispatch and the job management interface. This shows potential customers how they track jobs, monitor performance, and also how manage drivers through the platform. Moving down on the slide a little bit, we showcase the driver mobile app, a critical part of the workflow. This shows how drivers receive jobs, confirm loads, and also update progresses directly through the app. We also highlight the subcontractor management, showing how companies can easily onboard subcontractors, how they can assign tasks, and also how they can monitor performance from one single dashboard. So finally, at the bottom right, we include customers in testimonials and integrations. Of course, testimonials helps us show and also establish trust and social proof. So overall, in conclusion, the landing page communicates the value of the platform clearly while giving users a preview of how the system works, from the dispatchers to the driver and to the subcontractors. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Would appreciate your feedback. It would help us build Lotally forward with more clarity and results. Thank you.
Well done, Team Apex. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. I'll call on Judge Valentine now to give his judgment.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said. You call on Valentine to do what, please? Just let me be sure I heard you clearly.
What did you say?
I didn't hear the last thing you said. You call on Valentine to do what? I want to hear you clearly, so I'm sure we're on the same page.
To give your judgment on this team, on all
To give my judgment. Okay,
Yeah.
I would rather give my remarks and the judgment will come later, because for me to judge, I would have to like sit down and go over everything from top. Yeah,
Okay,
but from what I've seen, I'll just give my remark to Team Apex, right? So
Apex, yeah.
please, one of you should open the mic, because I'm going to ask a couple of questions. One of you should just unmute yourself so that once I throw my question, you can answer. Is that okay? Is that okay? Some feedback, please. Audio feedback. Audio feedback. Let me know if somebody heard me.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so no tally. I want to ask one question. I saw so many slides that I couldn't make sense of. Now, from the product perspective, I want to ask you, what problem are you solving? What solution are you offering? One sentence. What is your core value? What is that solution that you are solving? Olamide, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. The problem we are
Okay.
solving is hauling problems, the problems that trucking companies they face, fleet management.
Okay, when you say, sorry, I'm going to cut you off. I'm sorry. Now I want to, so people please get attuned with how, I don't know how the other guys did theirs last week, but I want all of you here to get accustomed with the boardroom environment, especially for those. I'm a product manager, so I am bringing the product perspective to all of this. So you will not come and tell a stakeholder that is investing $100,000 angel fund that you are solving haulage problem. What is the haulage problem that you're solving?
Lost
Because to
tickets, missing deadlines, inability to track drivers.
Okay.
And that was displayed. That was also displayed in the video presentation that we did. The inability of drivers to track their order, missing tickets, revenue tracking. Those are the problems that Lotally is solving. So with just one tap on the mobile app, it's like a seamless integration.
Okay, let me reserve the rest of my comments since time is of the essence. Question number 2. I'll ask the front end developer. Oh, sorry, do you have a product manager on your team? Do you have a product manager on your team?
No, we don't have a product manager.
Oh, that's sad. Mr. Daniel, that's sad though. So the front end engineer, please, can I ask you a question real quick, since you don't have a product manager? The front end engineer, if you can hear me, how many users do you have on your Lotally, the platform? How many users do you have? When I say users, I don't mean the end users, those who are using the app, but I mean the user segmentation. Do you have for Lotally, do you have a super admin? Do you have the company? How are you dividing the platform into how many segments? Please, if you don't understand, please ask so that I can clarify what you're asking,
Okay.
what I'm asking.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. If I can understand you very well, you are asking about currently the number of users we have on the platform, right? The numbers
No,
of users.
no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. Okay, let me explain it. Let me explain it this way. You all use Uber or Bolt. Yeah. Yes, user categories. Thank you, Daniel. So in Uber, we have the B2B and we have the B2C side. We have Uber as a super admin. We have the drivers who are a second user category, and we have the end users, you who uses Uber itself as the third category. So like on your platform, how many user categories do you have? How many dashboards do you have?
We actually have three users categories.
Now, you didn't talk
The
about that. You didn't mention that when you mentioned your landing page. You made this seem like your landing page is all encompassing, but you were talking about only the truck drivers part of it when you were speaking.
yeah,
Correct me if I'm
I
wrong. Okay. So in that kind of situation, you left a lot of things open that I didn't understand. Let me put it like that. And the third question I want to ask, more or this one is not a question. This one is an open suggestion that I'm throwing to Daniel. I'm throwing to everybody here. Your CEO is crazy about AI, and I know you all have AI. And everything people were doing today, all the slides we're showing, to me, if I'm looking to buy in, everything you showed me didn't make sense. And why it didn't make sense is that you were showing me a lot of slides, a lot of text. And somebody like Tony Lumelu or Dangote doesn't have that 10 minutes you're asking for. You might probably have 2 minutes. So what do? You come with a prototype. You can sit down and prompt what's it called? Google's anti-gravity. You can sit down and prompt ChatGPT. This is what we want to build. Give us a prototype. It will build everything. We deploy it on vessel. Come here. You demo it. Let us see what you're saying, because you did a lot of talking without nothing to show for it. So for you to come and be saying all of this, it will make so much sense to everybody. If we have something that we can actually fall back on, something we can actually try on, something we can, even if you're not trying, let us see you play around it. Let us see how the haulage is being scheduled. Let us see how the truck drivers get their notification, how they know the routes and the invoicing and everything. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Mr. Front-end developer. Yes, Olamide, go ahead. Olamide, go ahead.
Yes, so I wanted to add that locally it is a SaaS software that is still in progress. So I feel that the way I understand your feedback, sir, all that you are expecting to see is something that we would incorporate once the mobile app is live. It's not yet live. So by next week,
No, I'm
according to
sorry.
what
No, 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 I'm sorry. I'm asking for a prototype. I'm not asking for the app. There's a
okay,
difference
no
between a
problem.
prototype. Now, what a prototype does gives a proof of concept. There, Daniel, please correct me if I'm wrong. But a prototype gives a proof of concept. So if you're going to talk to somebody, you just show the person, even if you want to use, you can use Figma and design a prototype and show the person how what you're selling to him is going to work. Please, Daniel and other judges, correct me if I'm wrong, but a prototype is a proof of concept. It's not the full app itself. Just show me what you're trying to sell to me before you tell me all those stories. Something that will actually catch my attention. Because I'm sorry to say, but what you guys have shown me, scratch anyway. To be very honest, I mean, I'm seeing you share your screen to show me a bunch of slides. What you people are doing now is something you should have done 5 years ago, and it'll be very okay. But you have to understand that the space that you're coming into, because you're all interns, is fast moving. Everything is changing. And now with the wind of AI, things are being done at a faster rate. So instead of coming to sit down, it is an agile environment. Don't come and sit down and tell me stories. Show me what you want to say. Catch my attention. Then you tell me your stories. But I don't know if that makes sense to you. Okay. Then the last thing I'm going to say in terms of feedback is the person that actually listened to the most, that caught my attention the most, was the social media, the marketing team. Let me put it like that. Where you talked about your outreach, the cold emails, LinkedIn, and all of that. Because I had metrics, I had solution, I had numbers. Like if people have results to show for it, at least I had that, and that was good. But it falls back to what I said. To show me that numbers, like right now, people go on your LinkedIn, go on, you check your emails, and you say, "Oh, I have XYZ that you're trying to do, and I am interested." And I now reach out to you, Lamida, I say, "Oh, I got your mail. Can we hop on a 10 minutes call and you show me what you have?" You have nothing to back up except a bunch of slides. So well done, guys. But I know I've said a lot. I just hope people will understand what I've said. So I'm going to keep quiet unless you have more questions. If you don't, we can move to the next team, team, or I don't know how you do it. Daniel?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Valentine. We really appreciate you. Team Apex, I hope you understand everything you said. Now we're going to move to the next team, Team Beryl. Your time starts now. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Carry on, Mercy. We can hear you.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is George Massey, and I will be representing Timber in today's presentation. My team lead is supposed to talk, but I don't know, she's not here, so I'll proceed. Okay, sorry, I was trying to share my screen. The brand we've been working on is called Settling. And for starters, we'll be focusing on execution and marketing today for this week. It covers our activities for the week, our achievements, our challenges, and insights. Our key goals would, includes reaching out to at least 50 potential users, running campaign ads, tracking metrics, and performing performance insights. Sorry. So let me start by giving a brief introduction of Settling. Settling is a digital platform designed to connect people who want to study, who want to work abroad, who want to study abroad, or even relocate abroad. And the main goal of Settling is to simplify global migration. That is to simplify your JAPA process. Now, to carry out our tasks today, for the week, effectively, we applied certain delivery techniques. Remember, I said earlier that our task for this week is to reach out to at least 50 potential users, run campaign ads, and track our metrics and performance insights. So to bring out visible results, we applied certain delivery techniques. First, our front-end developer, he creates a landing page for us to use, and we use them Google Forms. Then our social media managers, they take over. They create a campaign using content from our content calendar, which was created last week. Then the virtual assistants continue by first integrating those leads from that was gotten from the Google form into MailChimp, and then reach out to these 50 plus persons via email. Then lastly, our data analyst then track and provide info on the performance insight. Now I will like to hand over to my teammate to give us a proper breakdown of how each of these steps were carried out. When I did, please carry on.
Good evening, everyone. I'll be navigating our process for this week. Step one, we design a fully responsive lead captured from Google Sheets. Then we perform a hand-to-hand testing to verify accurate data captured. We improve landing page layout and overall UI UX enhanced usable. We integrate form submission into Mailchimp. Then we move to our social media team. They produce a diverse content mix with educational, inspirational, and testimonial posts to strengthen the trust of our community through storytelling and fact-based content. With that, we're able to encourage users to participate on our strategic CTA, and we drove platform awareness and potential sign-up by the linking content. This shows our performance on how people respond to our forms. Then from there, we hand it over to the virtual assistant. They were able to call and talk. They were able to collect responses we imported into data. Mentorship has a CVS score, then emails including how we registered, use the platform and explore opportunities to connect with others. Then we set out the personalized onboarding email to all the people. Then the next step, we hand it over to the data analytics to track the lead generation and social media matrix using the Google Sheets, generating and providing weekly performance insights. Then from there, we get to know that most of our lead for studies, 76% of our leads wants to work abroad, while 32.3% wants to go through scholarship, 20.0% study abroad. Then visa and document preparation was 6.7%. Then vacation is 1.7%. Then from the destination country, we found out that our highest leads was Canada, which we have 22 leads, followed by United Kingdom, UK, 11 leads, USA, 9 leads, Germany, 5 leads, and others with one lead each. Then our social media matrix, we get to understand that most of our leads comes from WhatsApp, followed by referral, Instagram, LinkedIn, and others. So I would like to hand over to our front developer to explain the challenges and encounter. Kenny, please take over. Thank you.
Okay, it seems Ken is not on. Please, I would like to continue. A technical bug was identified during the creation of the landing page where the cursor unexpectedly jumped in between fields while typing. And it was due to components re-rendered and unintended autofocus logic. Also, when integrating the CRM system, we encountered a subscription-related restriction where you have to subscribe to their page before you could use before you could integrate the CRM system. We also encountered challenges with our engagements rates. We could not count it from the social media post that was made. So that was why we decided to share via WhatsApp. And that was because we had issues creating ads, actual ads. So that it was highlighted lastly, their inability to create sponsored ads due to limited time. So we had to do sharing via WhatsApp. So our achievements, and to conclude, we we're given a task to generate a minimum of 50 potential leads. And as at today, we are able to capture 62 leads from the assessment form. And also, social media engagement shows that our metrics is strong, with strong performance from WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and referrals. The landing page is working perfectly well. And also, the lead breakdown and campaign performance was provided. So we successfully achieved our task this week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Timberio. Well done on this presentation. I'll call on Judge Cornelius now to give his feedback. Judge Cornelius, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening, everyone. Well done. Well done, well done, well done, well done. That was a nice presentation, I will say. Right, but at least it was better than last week. I don't have much to actually contribute to this presentation, but well done, guys. You will see the results by the end of this week, basically. So thank you very much, Royal.
All right, thank you very much. I'll call on the next team now. Team Crescent, are you ready? Because your time starts now.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ijoma Namani, representing Team Crescent, and we work for Stavers. Stavers is a hospitality platform. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Good. Stavers is a hospitality platform that helps travelers find trusted and verified apartments, reliable transportation, and premium culinary experiences across Nigeria. It has two app platforms, one for the vendors and the other for the users. The platform enables seamless listings, bookings, and payments. The problems you are solving: lack of trust, no verified platform, poor visibility for vendors, no central place for apartments, cars, and chefs, unsafe service access. With Stavers, the burden of searching all over social media platforms for apartments, cars, and chefs is reduced to the barest minimum, as these services can be found in one platform, which is Stavers. Our target audience: Stavers serves two major categories of individuals: the users and the vendors. The users are travelers, residents planning staycations, event organizers, and corporate clients, while the vendors are short-term apartment owners, car rental companies, and certified private chefs. Our focus is to build trust and verification, safety for users, convenience for both parties, two-sided marketplace growth for both Stavers and the vendors, then full Nigerian market coverage.
Okay. So I'll take from here. Why am I going? Okay. From last week, we worked on vendor outreach. That's reaching out to the apartments, the chef, and the car rentals. We are launching soon, so we also had a pre-launch content structure. And then our product team, that's the product manager and the software engineer, worked with Stavers development team to understand the product they've been building over the months. We also had quantitative analysis, and our data analysts also worked on data cleaning and insight reports. So with two focus, we're still building trust by messaging those vendors, the car rentals, the chefs, and the apartments. We also prepared vendor education material so that any question they ask us, we'll be able to answer them correctly. Also collected real user questions and turned them into insights. And we also strengthened our marketing content for TikTok and Instagram, where our major target audience are. We also created storytelling angles for user acquisition. For week 2 deliverables, we're able to collect early questions from users and vendors and turned them to FAQs, where our sales and support team were able to message 50 targeted vendors through Instagram and TikTok.
Hello.
Hi. And can I go on?
Continue.
And we were able to create 3 vendor verification explainer scripts for TikTok and Instagram onboarding, where which talks about the status onboarding, checks during onboarding, and why verification matter. We also compile the major pain points based on the user behavior. That's the trust and the central booking. As we said, Stavers has apartments, cars, and chefs all in one place. We also created very nice content for our TikTok and Instagram, and these contents were funny and relatable. They also said they're storytelling focused, and they also had an app feature breakdown so that these vendors and these users will be able to use it seamlessly. So this a graphical a visual picture of what our data analyst has been working on, where the leads were able to our customer support service were able to reach out to the leads. Then this is the FAQ that we're able to generate from the questions users and vendors asked, and this is the video scripts that we're able to generate. This is the app interface. It's very seamless, simple, and easy to use. So for week 2 outcome for vendors, there was an increase in listing interest, though we didn't have anyone list this week, but there was an increase in the listing. For users, there's a growing excitement because it's about to launch, and they now have a clear understanding why this platform is safer to use. So for Stavers, there's a growing demand even before the product is live. In week 1, when we presented, George asked what we are giving to the vendors, what we are giving to the users, what the vendors' expectation is, and how we intend on getting users. So what are we giving to the vendors? Visibility. Most vendors are just on their pages and they may not have that reach, but we at Savers are going to give them that reach. And then serious customers only. You can't just download an app and come and play around. So we are going to give them serious customers that are going to book. Then there's a trust advantage because that's the gap we are trying to close. The Nigerian market is really terrible when it comes to trust, but this is what we're trying to cover. Then there's seamless booking. Everything is in one app. You pay, you confirm. Then for users, verified services, we are making sure that all these apartments, the car rentals, and the private shares are well verified before they are being listed. And then there's seamless booking, then convenience in one place, and better quality experience. What Stavers gains is 2 to 3 commission on every successful booking, and then we scale, and then there's a strong brand credibility. For now, our main focus is growth, whereby we bring in good vendors and hopefully get good users and build a strong ecosystem. We have for our revenue projection, we have 3 stages: the early stage, the growth, and the scale. For our assumption, for the early stage is that we have 50 active vendors and they have like 3 bookings for every vendor per month. After our rough calculation here, annually we would have 4.75 million in Naira. And for the growth stage, we assume 200 active vendors, 8 bookings per month for every vendor, and 48 million Naira revenue annually. And for the scale stage, we are looking at 800 active vendors, 10 bookings for every vendor each month, and 288 million Naira in annual revenue. So week 3, our goal is to activate vendors, warm users, and prepare Stavers for the launch. Our customer support team will work diligently to make sure that these leads are fully listed and they are verified. Our marketing team will work harder on creating good content that would share on our Instagram and TikTok to drive trust and ensure users sign up. And our product development team will publish the Stavers app on Google Play and App Store. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Team Crescent. We really appreciate you for that wonderful presentation. Now I'm going to call on Judge Shola to give his feedback.
All right. Well done. Before I make any feedback, I'm a design person and I like very simple and clean designs. I like your slide anyway. It's very simple and it's not complicated to navigate. Yeah, so I have some question here. Um you talk about getting serious customers. How do you plan? What's your plan to get them?
Okay, our plan, we're getting into the festive season, and many
Okay.
people will be traveling. Sorry. Okay, many people will be traveling and staying in places they haven't stayed before. So our major from the side, we had said that we're driving trust through our social media platforms, so that when you travel to a place and you're trying to find an app that works in this way, then you would be able to find Stavers. I don't know if I answered you correctly.
Sorry, can you? I didn't get it clearly.
Okay. So I said we're getting into a festive period and
Mhm.
people will be traveling to different places.
Okay.
We already said our users are what do you call them? Are residents of the place, or travelers, or people organizing events and all of that. So we already have the vision of, okay, these are the kind of people that will use this platform, and we're already putting our content there to attract these people. So that's basically what we're working on.
Okay. Okay. So like a well-tailored content towards the kind of people you are looking to get, right?
Yes.
All right. So I have some things that I want to talk about because I think towards the first or the third slide, when you were talking about the things you achieved in the previous weeks, when you are giving reports to, especially when you are, trying to pitch to someone, people want to see you have a lot of text in your slide. So I was actually expecting maybe some metrics, some visual result of all those things you were talking about. You talk about that you targeted 50 vendors and through Instagram and TikToks. I was actually expecting like the engagement metrics, um the views and the all those analytics, just to make sure that okay, what you're actually talking about is actually true. Because when you are trying to pitch to investors, they want to actually see the result, not just we achieved this, we achieved this. Okay, you achieve it, can we actually see it? So that's what I want to say. Then another thing, I would have loved to see maybe some of your marketing contents. And yes, do you have them on the slide?
Okay, I don't have them on this slide,
All
but I
right.
can pull it up to show you.
Okay, no problem. Maybe just because of the time, I would ask Daniel to help me share.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. So yeah, well done. That's all what I just want to say.
Thank you, sir.
Well done, Team Crescent, and thank you so much, Judge Shola. The next team is Team Dexter, and I'm very sure you guys are ready because your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mercy. I'm representing Team Dexter. Our report today focuses on the successful execution of our strategic for immigration OS, leads, content, and data and data. Before we dive in, I would like to recap on our week one. In week one, we defined Ojira's mission as AI-guided, safe and transparent migration, integration for students, workers, and family. We classified our target market across immigration and relocation, digital solution, and entrepreneur support, with a strong focus on German roads. We also positioned Ojira in a multi-billion-dollar migration tech space, with an African-focused, low-cost, faster onboarding edge. Our focus for week two is about execution and validation. We aim to run real outreach and social media and social campaign to test the migration OS in practice. We also ensure we capture all responses in the CRM and metric sheet to make every lead, source, and engagement measurable. Finally, we aim to use those results to understand which channels, messages, and offer generate the most qualified interest for Ojira. Now, for our core results, we successfully added 76 new leads in our week two, beating our 50+ goal. This brings our CRM total to 146 contacts. Our top sources were 50 from Apollo.io, 13 from Google Form, and 13 from LinkedIn. These sources mix prove that Apollo.io delivers volume, while LinkedIn DMs and the Google Form validate warm, form-based, and social leads. The system is successful in feeding Ojira's pipeline. Our funnel starts with landing page showing Ojira's different tracks. From there, people move into a simple form that captures their details, route, urgency, level, and how they found us. Once they submit, everything flows straight into the CRM, no manual work. We pull leads from 3 different sources: Ojira inquiry form, LinkedIn outreach, and Instagram. Every contact is logged in with the source, timestamp, and status. Form leads come with structured data, which help us know who to prioritize. This slide shows screenshot of our tools in action. On the left, you see the Ojira's soft inquiry form. It's straightforward with field, name, email, countries, and so on. People fill this form and it's filled directly into our system. On the right is our CRM dashboard, where all the leads land. You can see rows of data with names, sources, status, everything organized. This visual proves how seamless the flow is from form to tracking, which saves time and reduces error. Why should leads care about Ojira? First, we offer clear, verified pathways for study, work, relocation, and business expansion, instead of just random advice floating around online. Secondly, it leads to faster, more confident decision because we provide organized steps, checklists, and real support. No more trying to figure everything out alone, which can be overwhelming. In essence, Ojira makes the whole migration process less stressful and more reliable. So I would love to introduce my teammate Cynthia to walk us through outreach number and interest level. Thank you. Cynthia, please.
Okay, thank you, Mercy. My name is Cynthia Okonkwo. I'll be taking up from where she stopped. Let's look at our outreach efforts. In week 2, we sent 76 outreach and follow-up messages. This week, 65 leads confirmed interest, none marked as not interested. The rest are in follow-ups. This shows our message connects well with the right audience. Why the message works? This message is simple. Who will help, what we offer, and the promise of moving smarter and with confidence. We use social proof and a soft push to act now. It takes people feel supported, not pressured. Our outreach message. The message introduces Ojira as a migration technology platform for students, workers, founders, and families. It tells them their inquiry is assigned, explains the next step, and gives links to explore. It builds trust from the first contact. Content and engagement. Across platforms, we posted 8 pieces of content this week. They pulled in over 90 likes and around 150 comments. People engaged heavily around migration and entrepreneurship topics. Insights from the data. 3 insights stand out. We beat our target, 76 leads against a goal of 50 plus. The mix of Apollo, LinkedIn, and the form is working. And our content is sparking conversation we can turn into future leads. Competitive edge. Ojira stands out because we combine verified pathways, human support, and technology in one system. Most people get scattered advice. We give them one organized migration OS. Week 2 lead, seat 5 already interested. Our funnel is now consistent and repeatable, and we have clear insights into what turns attention into action. What's next? Week 3. Week 3 is about optimization and conversion. First, we will move interested leads into calls, emails, or chats. Second, we will fine-tune the migration OS, forms, follow-ups, dashboards. Third, we will create more case study, style content to build trust and show results. Thank you for your time.
Well done, Team Dexter. Well done. Now I'm going to call on Judge Valentine to give his feedback.
Okay, first off, well done, Team Dexter. Well done, Cynthia. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the first person that spoke, but well done. I must know that there seems to be some bit of synergy in your team because you seem really, really confident of what you're saying. Like you're ready to prove whatever you're putting out there. So I must comment that you guys seem really, really confident. So well done. And again, it seems all teams now, the 3 teams, I believe 4 teams I've spoken, I've lost count. You seem to be very, very market focused and market centric. It feels like you have a firm grasp of your marketing team and you know what you're putting out there and how you're going out to get the numbers. So I must say well done to all of you. Well done to Team Dexter. I feel like the question I have would be overtaken because I wasn't here last week. So probably to talk about your innovation, I have to have a talk with your boss, Daniel, because I heard you say Ojira deals with migration integration for students and migration integration what exactly are you doing? That seems really a bit pretty vague, but probably when I have a conversation with Daniel and he explains, I'll understand. I don't put that on you, that's on me for not being here last week. But what I want to say at the end of the day to Team Dexter, and Team Tally, Lord Tally, well done. And every other person, Simplify, Crescent, you guys have done well done, and you'll see your scores when you see your scores. So that's for me.
Thank you, Judge Valentine. Now I'm going to call on the next team, Team Eminence. Your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Our gracious esteemed judges, fellow team, and teammates. I am Chidera Divine Favor Ugu, representing Team Eminence, and I'm excited to share how we transform our market presence this week at Vodatech. For context, Vodatech is a software development startup specializing in custom solutions for small to medium businesses. This week marked a major shift from planning to hands-on execution. Our focus was to establish a compelling market presence and generate qualified leads. We built our approach on 3 strategic pillars: brand positioning, digital presence, and lead generation. We identified Vodatech's unique value proposition, which is the innovative approach to problem solving. We established Vodatech footprint, where our target customers actively engage. LinkedIn for B2B networking and industry-specific platform, where decision makers seek solutions. We implemented a multi-channel outreach system designed not just for volume, but for quality conversation with right prospects. Now, let me walk you through what we actually accomplished this week. We generated organic engagement that expanded our network by 30 plus followers at LinkedIn. Using Apollo, as our primary tool, we built a targeted list of about 111 and 15 qualified prospects, including one-on-one outreach. We targeted owners, entrepreneurs, startups, using relevant keywords like search engine optimization, web development, mobile app development. We had about total tickets and replied of 12 in number. For our social media engagement, we had about 840 impressions on LinkedIn. From what we had last week, we moved from less than 500 to over 840 this week through our content marketing. The most top performing content was our brand introduction post. We gained followers about 30 plus. We had about 5 followers before the post, and during the marketing period, we had 30 plus followers. We had a repost on 11 comments, 43 reactions from our LinkedIn analysts. We had over 840 impressions on overall impression on our LinkedIn post. I would like to invite my colleague Dave to dive into the data analysis part of our tags.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Divine. My name is Gifts. So I'll be talking on the analytical dashboard. So from what we have here, we have total leads generated, which is 115, and then total leads we contacted using cold email, 115. And then from there, we got total tickets, which is 12. And we had a lead conversion rate, which is 10.4, and we got it by dividing the percentage of total tickets by total leads, which is 12 over 115, which gave us the 10.4. And then we had total impressions on social media, which is 840, and then total engagement on our social media, which is 96. We also had an average follower growth, which is 3. So from our graphic representation, we had the highest engagement rate on Thursday. And we can also see that the content type that performed most is the image content, because we had the video content and we also had image content, and we compared the both. We noticed that the image content performed the most. So at the end of the day, we gained a total number of 35 followers. Then the post that we gained more followers from is the brand introduction post, which is the one you can see labeled with sky blue. So coming to the UI UX updates, please next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. So we have a demo which shows, please can you help me? We have a demo that shows how we're able to build, lead capture pages and landing pages for newsletter signups and wait lists. From what we are seeing on the screen, we're also able to build basic interactivity like filling of forms, sharing of testimonials, still on the website. So we did a lot of development on that website. So in conclusion, our lead generation strategy for Vodatech resulted in 115 qualified leads. Then the cold email campaign did not only generate a response rates resulting in tickets, but it also increased social media following. Thank you so much.
Well done, team. What team is this again? Team Eminence. Well done, Vodatech. Now I'm going to call on Judge Shola to give his feedback. Judge Shola, are you there?
Can I go, please, Royalty? I think I am in a quite.
All right, you can go.
Yeah. Well done, Team Eminence. Please keep sharing your screen. I think I saw the slide of your website. I'm not seeing the screen again, but however, I saw your slide. Awesome. I really love that. Well done on the work that you guys have done. Just a quick addition. You mentioned some leads that you've gotten. That is good headways you're making in terms of revenue generation. And for me, I always look at the business angle of whatever you're building, what revenue you'll be able to generate at the long run, basically. So you did not highlight the next action that you'll be taking. You've gotten the leads, okay. You've gotten some followers, all of those from your social media activities. What is the next step? We're supposed to actually get that so that we can have expectations for your next presentation, right? And this is the website, very awesome. I love the user interface and all of those. So just like I rightly mentioned, you're supposed to actually give us an insight on the next line of action you have to take with those leads. But well, I think that's the only call out I have for now. Apart from that, everything is okay and super well done to Team Eminent.
Good evening, sir. If I may, so thank you very much for your feedback. But just to add up, we a lot of things were said last week, which we decided to take note of. For example, some certain things like what we would do or what we should do, and what we should bring to the table next time. And it was we were bashed on due to that. So we chose to keep everything abstract while we focus on what our job and tax was for this week. And so, but just to say, from next week, it will be even more in-depth dive into what our taxes is. The website will go from what it is now to something else, and even as much as the social media is working deeply using LinkedIn specifically because it's a place where we feel we would get a lot of serious business-minded people who who would be in search of what we are actually doing, right? So this is what we intend to do more in-depth. We already have what we know that people would be interested in. We already know the post that captures more that gives us more traffic. We already know this, and so what we intend to do is to build more in this to make sure that we get even more from what we have already. However, like I said, our job is abstract at the moment, and it is for us. But I hope you understand what I mean. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you, Figo.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
I would like to add one more thing based on the question that was thrown at us, how we are the next stage, what we plan on doing with the leads generated. Because the task is just to generate the leads, but we didn't stop at generating the leads. We have our sequence email sent out. So it's just to be able to send out this email, send out values from time to time to be able to convert them from just being leads to being customers. So, but for now, aside just sending out the first sequence email, we already have another one to send out so that they can see what we have to offer and then reach out to us to turn out to be customers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Team Eminence. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to call on the last team now. Team Fort. Your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. All protocols duly observed. My name is Akiwande Jennifer, the team lead of Team Fort, and our project is called ProtiBank. As at last week, we're talking about how ProtiBank came to be because of the need of enabling every individual to have access or to generate wealth using from real estate and from logistics. It has been said countless times that no matter how people say there's no money, you will always make money from clothes, from selling foodstuff, and from logistics. So instead of going through the slides and all, we decided to share what ProtiBank is about on our AI generated landing page. So this is what we generated. And as you can see, ProtiBank is a real estate investment company. So we have two sides of this company. We actually have the real estate part and the logistic part of it. So this ProtiBank came as a creation for people of low income earners being able to access investment or able to access wealth through real estate, because most times when you look around, you see that the only people that can access wealth through real estate are high income earners. And we also have the part where we are also allowing people to also access wealth through the keke logistics that is blooming right now in Nigeria. So we have those two basic form of wealth. And if you can see through our landing page, you see that we have the land acquisition, the fixed term investment, tricycle logistics. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know if you're still seeing my screen. Tricycle logistics and hire purchase. Sorry, can anybody hear me?
We can hear you, Jennifer. You can write on.
Okay, so now this is the plan that we are pushing. This is our major plan where we're pushing, where you can invest 50,000 naira until you have done the total payment over 24 months, and you can access this land. And we are ensuring that we are partnering with government bodies, we are partnering with insurance companies to ensure that all the papers and all the things that are attached to this land is in their right ways, so that we don't have problem with development control. We don't have problem with the government later breaking down your property that you have built over time. So we have different plans. We have the starter plan, we have the standard plan, and we have the premium plan, giving everybody the opportunity to grow wealth over time. That is for the real estate. So we also have properties in Lagos. We have properties in Ogun State. We have properties in Lagos. In Kwara State, giving people. We are still in the west for now, but we are hoping that with no time, we'll be able to move into the center. So why you should invest with Property Bank? It's, you will see how it grows. So for every time that you put in your 50,000 naira, you see the sparse of land that you are getting. So for every increase of the amount that you are getting, we're still working on that. You will see how big your land is going, and we are still going to integrate the CRM to also help us to ensure that people can access all their information. They don't need to call the customer service. Whatever they need, they'll just access it from this page, and they will understand what is very simple as possible for them to understand what is going on with their money and ensure that they are getting what they are paying for. And these are simple, frequently asked questions. So I'll go back to my teammates that will be continuing with what we have done over time and what we'll be presenting. We'll be doing what we did last week and what we'll be going forward to in week 3. Clementina, you can go on. Okay, I will go ahead. I don't know if we can still hear me.
Jennifer, continue.
Okay, so as I had explained earlier, Property Bank is here to serve people, to ensure that people of low income earners can also access the wealth that the high income earners have access to. And that is why we have ensured that we have broken down situations where people can do instrumental payments and also access the investment that real estate creates. And what we did was, for the first week, we got 53 leads. But this week we went ahead to use Apollo and gathered more leads. So we had over 220 leads from Apollo, and we reached out to them using emails. And we sent out the emails, and we had a few of them respond. So when we did that, we achieved a high response rate, with response almost matching the number of messages sent. And we realized that most of them were interested in the tricycle hire purchase and tricycle logistics, because everybody is scared with what is happening with investment. Nobody's so sure that they will be able to get land that have correct papers. So most people wanted the tricycle hire purchase, and they wanted to also get involved with the tricycle logistics. So our campaign generated 50% engagement rate, showing that there's room for further optimization. So what we are going to do this week is ensure that we promote most of our advertisements to reach specific places, in places like Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja, where we feel that people are people have access to capital and may not be able to know, and may not want to put in ordinary commercial banks, and we will be able to convince them to also buy into this investment. So the lead pipeline operates like a water flow, yes. So as we use the email to reach out to them, and what we used last week was basically WhatsApp, but the email showed promise. So we'll ensure that we'll use more of email, because most official or most people.
Thank you so much, Team Fort. I guess you guys are done. Your time is over. Now I'm going to call on Josh Shola to give his feedback.
All right, thank you. Well, I wish they were able to finish before their time was over. However, so you talk about engaging the low income earner in the investment plan, and which is the tricycle hire purchase options. So, how do you intend to do that? Can you walk me through how it works? Can anyone hear me, please?
I can hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Team Fort,
Team 4.
is anybody there
Is
to
anybody
answer?
there to answer?
I think
Team
our
Fort, where
system,
are we going?
sorry, sir. I think our
I
system
think
went off,
our system went off,
so she could not.
so she could not.
Continue.
Somebody should
Anyone
answer the
from
question.
anyone from our team can answer. I guess you guys worked on it together. Is it teamwork, right?
Sorry, I'm here.
Sorry, I'm here. Okay. Um, I was asking a questions about some of the things you presented. You talk about involving the low income earner in your investment plan. So, which is the tricycle hire purchase option. So, my question is, how do you plan to achieve that? What's the plan?
Okay, so what we
Okay, so
plan
what we
with the
plan
hire
with
purchase
hire purchase.
is
Okay.
that
So, how does
for
it work?
every
For every,
for every
so
day
for
that they
every
work,
day that they work
they
with
return an
you, they
amount,
return an amount,
a percentage of what they
percentage
have
of what you have
worked with
worked
from
with
Monday
from Monday
to Saturday.
to Saturday.
But all that they
So
make
all that
on
they make
Sunday
on Sunday
is theirs.
is theirs.
But also, we
But
also
also, we
advise
also advise
that for every
that
time
for
that they
every
make
time that they
money,
make money,
they set out
they set out
10%
10%
with the company,
company,
just in case
just
that they
in
may
case
need to
that they may
repair,
need to repair
in case
in
that
case
there are
that
unforeseen
their unforeseen
circumstances.
circumstances. Awesome. All right. So, because I really have interest in this because I've experienced Nigerians, and Nigerian can be very funny when it comes to things like this. So I'm talking from experience, and it's a loophole that you can actually look into because it's a trust issues. When you are dealing with Nigerians, an average Nigerians, sorry, I'm not trying to to spoil our image here. An average Nigerians has trust issues, and it's something that is very rampant. Because when you give a tricycle to someone, how do you ensure that whatever they make, they actually remit the And some people can just, come, oh, today I couldn't work, today something happened, I can't deliver my commission and all of that. So because I'm just looking at this, how functional is this investment plan and how feasible it is?
Sorry, is that a
Have you
question?
ever thought
Can I
of this?
answer?
Yes.
Okay, so generally we will take to the road, measure like every Friday to find out how much people can make over a duration, especially when we have cases of petrol hike, or
Okay.
we have cases where there are terminals or there are things like festivities. So there are hikes like that. So we will send out individuals every Friday to take reconnaissance surveys. So we are not saying that you should do that. We give a particular benchmark of the amount that you should return to us. If you do more than that, it is your own money.
Okay.
They
Okay.
now determine how much you want to work, but they want a particular amount. Then it is to your own advantage if you save some money so that in case you have situations you want to repair your vehicle, you'll be safe. But if the company comes in to repair your vehicle and you have to pay us back, you'll be paying back with a 30% increase on the amount that you take from the company to repair your vehicle. So you see, in that case, it's safer for you to save your own fund, and in that case, you will not have to incur more. I don't know how to put it. More money in repairing your vehicle. So that's what we advise, and I think that is the safer way to go.
Okay, beautiful. Well done. The reason why I'm asking all of this question because it's actually a very good idea, and from the market, there's high demand for this kind of um, idea. So you have a good market for it. But if you don't do um, your work very well, you might not get the result you're looking for. So, what I would advise is, like you said, there's a expected like a benchmark. Yes, that works. So just have a benchmark for them. If you don't meet up with this benchmark, you would, you have your own criteria and all of those things. Then another thing is that I want to ask is there a minimum, because it's like I purchase, right? Is there a minimum amount for any ones that want to get the tricycle? What's the minimum amount? Or they don't have to pay anything just for them to be delivering?
They have to pay. They have to pay 50 to 100,000 naira.
Okay.
And also
Okay.
those guarantors that we can hold on to just in case we can't reach out to them.
Okay.
And we will
Okay.
ensure
That's
that
visible enough.
we know where those people work so that in case they disappear.
Mm. All right. Beautiful. Well done. So that's all from my side. Well done.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much, all teams from Team Apex to Fort. I'll call on Mr. Daniel now to give his overall feedback of every team here. Mr. Daniel, are you there?
Active. Vote of thanks to the amazing. Let me stop recording first.